The PNP has a long and proud history in supporting UN peacekeeping operations. Today, that tradition continues and has even grown stronger as the PNP actively contributes police personnel in different UN missions. Its participation dates back in 1992 when it sent its first PNP contingent in Cambodia as part of the UN Transitional Authority in Cambodia, or the UNTAC. The PNP was then newly constituted as the country's premier law enforcement agency that is national in scope and civilian in character. Since then, the PNP has made contribution to the UN peacekeeping operations and humanitarian relief mission in conflict areas around the world. When the Security Council authorized the establishment of UN Transitional Authority in Cambodia, or UNTAC, in February 1992, the PNP was one of the 54 police agencies that responded to the UN invitation to send peacekeepers to the war-ravaged country. As a peacekeeping complement, the PNP helped UNTAC ensure the implementation of the Paris Agreements on a comprehensive political settlement in Cambodia, which included the supervision of ceasefire and the organization and conduct of free and fair election. On June 21, 1999, 3 years after wrapping up its UNMI assignment, the PNP, upon the invitation of the UN, sent the first batch of peacekeepers composed of 6 police commissioned officers to East Timor as election security officers during the referendum supervised by UNAMID. When violence broke out after the referendum, the second batch, composed of 13 PNP officers led by then Superintendent Emmanuel Carta, was flown to East Timor. Then on March 9, 2000, the third batch, composed of 84 PNP personnel, was sent to the mission area. The PNP was under the reconstituted UN mission named United Nations Transitional Administration in East Timor, or UNTAET. When political, humanitarian, and security crisis broke out in May 2006 in the pledging nation, the PNP responded to the UN's request to send peacekeepers. Hence, on October 2006, the PNP sent 145 PNP officers, the biggest contingent in UNMIT. On August 2007, a year after the Comprehensive Peace Agreement was signed on 21 November 2006 between the government of Nepal and the Communist Party of Nepal, the PNP, upon the invitation of the UN, sent 2 PNP officers to Nepal in support to the UN mission in Nepal, or UNMIN. UNMIN was established in order to help monitor the disarmament of Maoist rebels and the preparation for the Constituent Assembly election in 2007. On September 1994, after the U.S. military forces launched Operation Uphold Democracy in Haiti, the PNP sent its first contingent with a total strength of 49 personnel to assist the U.S.-led multinational force for Haiti to restore democracy in the country and the creation of a stable and secure environment in which democratic institutions could take hold. When the UN mission in Haiti was reconstituted in 2004, following the establishment of a multidimensional stabilization operation to be known as the United Nations Stabilization Mission in Haiti, or MINUSTA, the PNP deployed its first batch of PNP personnel composed of 49 officers in Haiti to assist MINUSTA. On September 1999, following the withdrawal of the Serb forces in Kosovo, the PNP sent its first contingent in Kosovo, composed of 23 officers, to help the United Nations through its Interim Administration Mission in Kosovo, or UNMIK. It was the beginning of a long process of building peace, democracy, stability, and self-government in the shattered province. The PNP deployment in Kosovo ended in March 2009 after UNMIK downsized its operation. On September 2007, after the UN Observer Mission in Georgia, or UNOMIG, was expanded following the signing by the parties of the 1994 Agreement on a Ceasefire and Separation of Forces, the PNP sent 4 police officers as police advisors. On August 2003, the PNP sent 23 PNP officers in Iraq as part of the Philippine Humanitarian Contingent to Iraq, or the PHCI, to support the US-led multinational force for the Coalition of the Willing. The mission, however, was short-lived due to the in-country strategic political decision. The Philippines, a staunch supporter of both the US-led campaign against terrorism and the US-led invasion in Iraq, completed the withdrawal of its 51-member humanitarian contingent from Iraq on September 20, 2004. In 2004, 2 years after the United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan, or UNAMA, was established on March 28, 2002, following the Bonn Agreement, the PNP, acting on the request of the UN, sent a police advisor in support to the UN mission in Afghanistan. UNAMA was tasked with providing political and strategic advice for the peace process and promoting international engagement in the country, assisting the government towards implementing the Afghanistan Compact of 2006, a 5-year strategy for rebuilding the country, and contributing to the protection and promotion of human rights. 2 years after the Security Council established an international independent investigation commission based in Lebanon to assist the Lebanese authorities in their investigation of all aspects of terrorist bombing that killed former Prime Minister Rafik Hariri in Beirut on 14 February 2007. The PNP sent 2 police officers to assist the Commission in its investigation in identifying the perpetrators, sponsors, organizers, and accomplices. In 2004, a year after Liberia descended into factional war, the PNP sent the first batch of Philippine contingent to Liberia, composed of 5 officers. The deployment of PNP personnel was made in support of the UN mission in Liberia, a multi-dimensional operation composed of political, military, police, criminal justice, civil affairs, and other support components. In 2005, after the government of Sudan and the Sudanese People Liberations Movement signed a comprehensive PAC agreement on January 9, 2009, the PNP deployed 26 PNP officers to Sudan. The PNP officers who worked under UNMISS supported the peace agreement and performed certain functions related to humanitarian assistance and protection, promotion of human rights. In 2005, the PNP, in response to UN invitation, has sent 5 PNP officers to Côte d'Ivoire. The contingent's deployment was in support to the UN operation in Côte d'Ivoire, whose mandate was to complement the operation of the peacekeeping force of the Economic Community of West African States and the French troops. In January 2008, the PNP sent its first contingent in Darfur, composed of 42 officers. The move was in response to the UN request to send peacekeepers in the war-ravaged region in order to assist the United Nations African Union hybrid operations in Darfur to implement the Darfur Peace Agreement, as well as to protect its personnel and civilians. Lastly, the Philippine National Police salutes the men and women who serve and risk their lives under the UN flag for an enduring and lasting peace.